Hey y'all, so I am here today to talk about my newborn must-haves. So these are essential things that I have found that have really been helpful to us. I'll start out by saying my baby is almost 3 months old. He'll be 3 months next week. So basically these are going to be things that I have found to be very useful from birth to 3 months. And these are things that I feel like either they're definitely worth the money or, you know, if they had cost twice as much as what I paid for them, that I would definitely go get them, that kind of thing. Some of the things are obvious: diapers, wipes, obviously you're gonna need stuff like that, clothing. But I'm gonna kind of go into depth just a little bit on some things that I actually think, you know, are really things that help you out, that you must have, just stuff like that. So first of all, we'll start with clothes first. Obviously there's tons and tons of cute baby clothes out there, especially if you have a little girl. But even for a little boy, there's so much stuff. And a lot of people will tell you, don't buy newborn. They'll say, you know, your baby's not gonna be in newborn very long, that kind of thing. Well, I somewhat disagree with that. This is my second baby, my second little boy, and I feel like with both my children, it's been the same way. Now, let me preface this by saying, my first son was 6'13" when he was born, and then Bennett that I just had was 7'1" when he was born. So I did not have big babies. I did not have small babies though, you know. I would say they were pretty much just average size, right there around the 7-pound mark, which is kind of an average size for a baby. So, for a full-term baby. So, we are just now, we're still in 0 to 3 month clothing. Like I said, he'll be 3 months next week, and I feel like on some things, like some onesies and things, he's obviously going into the 3 to 6 month range, just because that's kind of the stuff that you'll, you know, grow into first. But a lot of it he still does not fit into. I mean, 3 month clothes, he really is he's still in some newborn stuff. So, like I said, it's all going to depend on your baby, but don't let anybody tell you don't buy any newborn clothes, because you're going to need newborn clothes. So, to say that, I'm going to kind of show you, first of all, what he wore home from the hospital. This is actually a preemie outfit. And, you know, like I said, you're going to need a lot of onesies, that type of thing, obviously, because you change them so many times a day, because you end up, you know, having either diaper accidents or, you know, they spit up, stuff like that. So, I love baby gowns. I think when it's the middle of the night and you're having to change a diaper, that gowns are the way to go. Boy, girl, doesn't matter. I think for the first 3 months at least, you know, like I said, you're changing diapers so often in the middle of the night, that kind of thing. The baby gowns are the way to go. This is actually what he wore home from the hospital. This is by the brand Kissy, which I absolutely love. This brand. It is the softest, sweetest, like most cuddly little material ever. I absolutely love their stuff. And I bought a preemie size in this. I knew that because of my first child, that even him coming out at 7 pounds 1 ounce, he was gonna need to be in a preemie size. And let me just tell you, this baby gown swallowed him. I mean, it was still really big on him. He had plenty of growing room. So, they're great because they button all the way down. And when it's the middle of the night and you're changing a diaper, you just lift it right up, change the diaper, and pull it back down. Simple as can be, really quick, really easy. And I obviously got it monogrammed because that's just what we do, but only because that was his little going home outfit. So, love the Kissy brand. Love baby gowns. I think they're great. I will show you, this is another one. No, this is one that just came from Target. This is actually kind of more of like well, I would say it's gender neutral because it's white. It's got a little bit of gray and yellow on it. But once again, they're great. Just the elastic at the bottom, because you can just pull them up and change the diaper real quick. These are also great. This is another one of the thing I would definitely look for, is they have the little arm cuffs here. So you can take and roll over their little hands like that when they're first born, because when babies come out and they're first born, their little nails, they'll touch their face and they'll scratch their cute little faces all up. So it's like a definitely essential that you find either the little hand mitts. And the only problem why I don't like those is they end up falling off. Like, you cannot keep those things on. So I love finding either onesies or gowns that have them built in automatically, so you can just slide them over their little outfits that they're wearing. So definitely recommend trying to find baby gowns. They're great. Now as they get a little older, I'm not as crazy about them because they're moving so much more and they're just kicking their little feet all out of them. So I like finding these little sleepers like this. This is a Circo brand from Target. So these are the ones that zip all the way down. So they have a zipper from the top to the bottom. Once again, if it's the middle of the night, it's really easy just to zip real quick, change the diaper and zip back up instead of sitting there and trying to fasten 1,200 buttons. This will make it really very convenient, very easy to change diapers in the middle of the night. So that's my clothing recommendations for this age. Okay, next, let's talk about blankets. I know everybody talks about Aden and Anais blankets, and I totally agree, love them, think they are wonderful. Now, I think there are two different kinds you can find. There are the regular muslin Aden and Anais blankets, and I think they're called classic, I believe is what they're called. They're really cute. They come in tons of different little fun patterns, and they're super soft. They're stretchy. These are great for swaddling. If your baby likes swaddling, they are great for that. So I think these are, I highly recommend picking those up. But they also have a line of their swaddle blankets, and they're the same price, I believe, and they are called the bamboo swaddle blankets, and these are awesome. They're like so much softer even than these. Not that these aren't, but these are just the most softest. I don't know, it's just crazy, the material. Like, you cannot even imagine how this feels. Like, it's just awesome. And so yeah, I would definitely try to look for the bamboo ones if you can find them, and pick up a pack of those because these are awesome. So soft, so wonderful. Love these things. And they're light, like, especially they're lightweight. My baby was born in June, so here in the South in the summer it is hot, and these are great when you're out and that kind of thing. You can just throw over them. They also are great to make for nursing covers if you're nursing. These are also really good for that. They also have an actual blanket now that they've come out with, and this is so awesome. Now, I haven't used this as much just because, like I said, it's been summer and it's been hot, and he's so little because these blankets are really big. But they make them in the same material, the same little patterns, and oh my goodness, y'all, I'm telling you, I think they make adult ones is what I've heard. I would totally get one of these because that is just, oh, it's just so soft and comfortable and wonderful. And I can just see as he gets older, him loving this and dragging this around for the next 4 years or so. So, love those. Definitely recommend the Aden and Anais blankets. Okay, next thing I'll talk about is these little receiving blankets. Okay, so these you will find in little packs. These all came from Target. They'll sell them in a little pack of 4. I think they're about $9.99. And you think to yourself, like, what in the world would I do with this? Because I think they call them the receiving blankets, or, you know, maybe even like some people will call them swaddling blankets. Sorry, I had a hair. And they're not very big. I mean, they're just like this little square blanket. So you would think, what in the world would I do with a blanket like that? Well, let me tell you what I have done with them, and I think this is just the best idea ever. So I have my changing pad in his room on top of the changing table, or on top of the dresser. Actually, what I use as a changing table. And it's got the changing pad cover over it, which is a super nice. It's the little Mickey dot. It's so cute, so nice. Great, okay. So as many times a day as you will be changing this newborn, you are bound and determined to end up getting something on that thing. Whatever bodily fluid it might be, it's gonna happen. So instead of every time that happens, which could be numerous times a day, you just never know. Instead of that, I'll always keep one of these on top of the changing pad. And that way, if something happens, if something gets on it, I can just throw it into the hamper and then grab a new one out and lay it over there. So I always keep one of these on top of the changing pad. And like I said, they come in these really cute, fun little colors. Like, here's a little whale one, here's a little alligator one. And you can always find 4 packs of these anywhere. They're very inexpensive, and to me, just a really great idea. So you don't have to constantly be changing and washing your changing pad cover. So there's a little tip for that. Okay, next thing, let's talk about let's talk about some pacifiers real quick. Y'all, I swear by these pacifiers. These are man pacifiers between my 2 babies and then my sister's 2 babies. So these 4 babies that I have been very close with, every one of our children have loved these man pacifiers. These are actually the 6-month and up ones, and that's why they're still in the package, because I had, I don't know, probably 6 packages of these, and I just keep them in a little container up there in his room, so I can always grab one in the middle of the night or whatever if we need to pacify real quick. And they make them, even some, you can find like the newborn ones. They're a little bit harder to find, but I have found them before, and for when they're very first born. Then there's a 0 to 6 and then a 6-month and up. Like I said, for whatever reason, these pacifiers are just amazing. And to me, they're also great because they kind of lay flat against their mouth, and they don't fall out as easily as some of the other ones do. So definitely recommend the man pacifiers. Love, love, love. Could not do without those. My next recommendation is for bath time, and this is good old Baby Majic. So I love the Johnsons. That whole line is great, and even some of the other brands are awesome too. But to me, as far as something that smells good, there is absolutely nothing in this world that smells better than this. It just smells like what you think of when you think of a little bitty newborn baby. That precious little smell they have, it is just, it's awesome. And the great thing about this, you can get this at Walmart for about $4, and this thing is massive. And I just keep this right there by the sink because we bathe them in the sink every night, or his little bathtub over the sink every night. And love, love, love this stuff. Baby Majic, you can find it at Walmart. That's where I got mine. Love that. Okay, next let's talk about feeding a little bit. Breastfeeding. If you're going to breastfeed, I highly recommend getting a breast pump, and I recommend getting a good breast pump. This was one of the things that I debated on literally until the week before he was born. I could not decide if I should buy a breast pump or not. I didn't want to spend the money because they are not cheap. I didn't want to spend the money and then not use it. And I literally just went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And I'm so glad I did. I have used this thing so much. I got it's the Medela pump and style breast pump. This is the one you see tons of people use. It is just so super convenient. I won't go through this because there's 100 reviews on breast pumps, so I won't go through everything that's in here. But it comes in the awesome little tote bag, and you can just pick it up and carry it wherever you need to go. I kind of kept it set up in his nursery, and I would just pump in here when I needed to, and it was awesome. It's a double pump, so I could literally pump and have everything done in about 15-20 minutes. And I just think this is so worth the investment. They usually run about $279.99, and you can, you know, if you register at Target, Target will give you I think it's a 15% off coupon, and that's what I did, and I ended up buying it with that. But maybe if you register, I would definitely register for one. It's just, to me, this is a lifesaver, and I'm so glad I purchased it. Going along the lines of breastfeeding, this is also something that I ended up kind of deciding after the fact, after I realized real quick how time consuming and how much of your life pumping takes up. This is a pumping bra. It's real cute. But if you don't have something like this, basically you have to sit there and hold the pumps there for 15 or 20 minutes, and like nobody wants to be doing that. Like that, you know, I would be sitting there on my phone or feeding the baby, whatever I was doing, instead of having to sit there and hold those on there. So I recommend getting a pumping bra. Now, I kind of read about how to make a homemade one, and there's a lot of stuff about taking a sports bra and cutting holes out of a sports bra and, you know, stuff like that. But my thing was I could take this and just wrap it around me real quick, zip it up, and then it's got the little holes in here for the little suction cup things to go through. And to me, this just makes life so much easier. It's like around 30 bucks, but I think this is absolutely worth the money if you're going to be pumping a lot, to get an actual pumping bra. This came from Target, was where I got mine. But anyways, yeah, just wanted to mention that real quick. Okay, also somewhat along the lines of feeding, we discovered this. I heard about this. These are Gerber Soothe Colic drops. And y'all, to me, this has made such a difference. We have gone through a lot with feeding. We have gone through a lot of stuff with reflux. We've tried Zantac, which did not help. We've tried many different formulas, which have not, well, I say that. We've kind of finally, I think, found what is seeming to work for us. But Gerber Soothe Colic drops, what these are is a probiotic. And I swear to y'all, this makes so much difference. So when I was reading reviews on the internet, I saw someone say that this was unicorn tears in a bottle, and I absolutely believe it. There's something in here to me that I swear to y'all really does work. We tried the Mylicon, we tried gripe water, which I know a lot of people swear by and say that it works for them. It just really wasn't making any difference for us. So I now swear by probiotics. I think there is just so much benefit that comes from taking probiotics, especially when you're talking about infants, and really any age, but when you're talking about infants, just their little systems are so immature, and we were having so many issues with gas and him just screaming. It was horrible. And these have helped so much. So now these are not cheap. I will tell you, these are cost around $30 a bottle for this little bitty bottle. I mean, it's, you know, it's a lot. But y'all, like I said, I would pay $60 for this. At one point, it was that bad that, to me, it's really something that if you're having those issues, if you're having the gas and the stomach problems and the screaming, the colic, that kind of thing, try the Gerber Soothe drops. I swear to y'all, these have made a huge difference in my baby. So, okay, what next? We'll talk about a couple little things as far as equipment, whatever you want to call it. Okay, we'll talk about this first. This is the Leachco Podster. And it looks like this huge thing. And I registered for this because the people at the baby store, little baby boutique here we have, were like, oh, you know, you need this, da-da-da-da. And I was kind of like, okay, whatever, I'll throw it on there. Because it's very inexpensive. It's only $40. And I was kind of like, okay, whatever. You know, I didn't get it as a gift or anything. And so after I got home, and a couple days into us having him home, I was just kind of realizing like I needed something to like set him in when I was, you know, doing stuff around the house. He was so, you know, when he's so little and you don't want to just go stick him in the crib. Like I needed something to put him in, and y'all, I love this thing. Like it's somewhat inclined when it's laying flat. It holds them up at an incline a little bit. It's got this little mesh part here that they kind of rest down in, and this thing has just been awesome. He would sleep in this at first, either if I had him in the bed with us or even in his crib. He would sleep in it, and it's literally, that's what I asked my husband before I did this. I was like, what would you say are, you know, things that you think are worth the money that we have purchased that we could not live without? And he said this too. Like this has been the greatest thing. So I highly recommend this to anyone that's having a baby to pick up this Leachco Podster. Like I said, around $40 and worth every penny. So yes, highly recommend that. And oh, also let me mention this about it. It has this little Velcro thing here that kind of keeps it the perfect size for a newborn. But as they get older, you can undo this and it expands out for them. And I've heard a lot of people talk about as their babies get to be older, you know, 1 and 2, that they still like love laying on this. So I think it's so sweet and so soft. Oh, another great thing, it's got a zipper all the way around, so you can take the cover off if it gets dirty and just throw it in the wash, which we've done numerous times. So love that. The next thing is the baby Bjorn, and this is a little baby wearing device. And I never had anything like this with my first son, and I never really knew, like I would see people baby wearing it and I was like, really, like is that, you know? But now I totally swear by it. I think this thing has saved my life so many times. I've been able to cook dinner. I've been able to go to Target. I've been able to do numerous things that otherwise I probably could not do because I cannot just stand there and hold a baby. and it's great. He gets in here, he's close to me, I can be doing stuff, and almost every single time he'll fall asleep while he's in it. So this thing goes up to, it says 25 pounds. That's what I was thinking. It's the minimum 8 pounds, goes up to 25 pounds. So this is gonna last us a while. And there's tons of different ones on the market. You kind of have to find out what's best, you know, for you. I found this one at Target. It was around $50, and I love it. You know, I had one of the ones that is the fabric that kind of wraps around you and that kind of thing. And the problem with that one was it took, to me, it was rocket science trying to figure out how to get the thing on. Like, I mean, it took forever for me to get it finally wrapped, hem it in, but, you know, whatever. This is so easy. I mean, it's already, I just literally stick one arm in, stick him in, and then attach the other side. Super fast, super easy. So, love that. Definitely recommend having some sort of baby wearing device. Okay, so the last two things I want to talk about are huge, and I can't bring them in here, but as far as helping your baby sleep, I swear by this, swear by this. This is how I feel like my baby, let me just say now, he was sleeping through the night at 7 weeks old. He's kind of not now, but I feel like something that truly helped him start sleeping through the night was a fan. And this is not to, does not blow on him and that kind of thing, but I got the biggest, loudest fan that I could find. So I put that in here, and I swear it helps him sleep. Something about the noise of the fan, that white noise, puts him to sleep. But also think during the daytime when he's napping, it helps, you know, keep some of the noise just from what's going on and stuff out. So I definitely say try a fan. They even make sound machines too, which I don't have one of those, but I've kind of looked into them a little bit. But just grab your fan and try that. See if the white noise will help push your baby to sleep. So the last thing I want to tell you about is what's called the Noogle. And this is a device that you attach onto your air conditioner vent, and it's got a long hose that goes into the back seat and blows on the baby. And we got this because we noticed at first, whenever we would go anywhere, like I said, he was born in June and it was extremely hot outside. We would go anywhere, we would get him out of the car seat, and he would just be soaking wet, just sweating. And so I heard about the Noogle, and I ordered mine off Amazon, and I think it's been great as far as helping keep airflow in the back seat for him. So if you're having those issues, it's just something to think about. And yeah, so I just wanted to mention that. So I think that is it for now, and I will be back later on with another video once he gets a little older to tell you about things that I found and some essentials for that age. But thank y'all so much for watching. Y'all please subscribe, and I'll see y'all real soon.